Brad, again, probably not the start you wanted, but when did you start to feel confident that this might turn your way?
Well, we started playing. It was we talked about them. They use a lot of flippers and flying the zone, and we weren't doing a good enough job getting over top of their skaters. So they're stretching the zone, and we were lagging behind. You know what I mean? So then it was costing us time in zone, and then we made a couple mistakes, and it hurt us. But we stuck. We played a heck of a game tonight. That was a good game. You take away some of that first. We kept coming all night.
Nick Blankenberg the other night didn't have a point.
Yep.
Tonight he had two big ones.
Yep.
Showing he's, I guess, a versatile player who can do it in a lot of different ways, eh?
Yeah, looks like a kid who wants to stay in the lineup, right? He gave us some more some good energy again tonight. He was probably a little bit tired. He looked tired early in that game, like some other guys. But his game, like a lot of other guys, got better. They found their legs, they found their juice, and comes up with a huge play. Jake makes a great pass. I think it was very timely for him, and then great finish.
Did you feel a turning point in this game? Was it the penalty kills early? Did you feel it sort of shift there a little bit for you, or maybe try to push it the other direction?
Yeah, it certainly helped us, and then the offside was a huge play too, right? We don't get that offside, and that was early. So I thought the kill they gave us life, and that's what you want from your kill. You want those guys are playing high energy, and the second period was getting a little frustrating. We had 4 or 5 2-on-1s, and we get nothing. And that's hard when you're knocking on the door, you're getting some grade A looks, and you're not getting anything for your work and so they stuck with it. When you have a period like that, a lot of times it can go the other way with frustration, and they did a real good job. Obviously scoring early there, getting through that kill, and then Johnny jumps off and scores. So again, gave us some energy and went from there.
It was maybe the quickest offside review ever. Did Dan Singleton see that? Was that seen on by you guys on the bench?
Yeah, anything that's close, we're always checking right away, right? So it was pretty obvious that one. There wasn't any gray in that one.
We're only 5 games into it, but the last couple here, kind of a slow start. Are you concerned about that at all? Like the starts, getting into games quicker?
Yeah, we'll look at it, but I certainly liked how we finished. So I'm not going to start picking this thing apart right now.
With going back to Blankenberg, would you say that he has a sneaky sniffer?
He's got a sneaky sniffer back door, yeah. You know what? He just he goes about his business, plays hard, and he doesn't get enough credit for how poised he is with the puck too. Like he makes that play to Johnny was a great pass. He snaps the puck really good, but he's willing to put himself in positions, and sometimes he scares me because of his size. But he does what's required to make the play, and he's probably going to have to learn a little bit at times. It's okay to bail, and I won't say that to many players, but he's one of them that I might say, hey, you can get out of the way sometimes. But he just he does everything. If he's going to fail, it's going forward. Let me put it that way. He's not taking a step back from anybody.
Again, early, 5 games, but can you just maybe speak to the importance of fighting back in these last 2 games to get these 4 points after the tough start? Yeah,
it's huge. In both games we're coming back from slow starts and down a couple goals, right? So again, it's not a position you want to be. I want to play with the lead, and I want to keep building on that. That's something we want to look at and try and make sure our starts are better for that reason right there.
You mentioned coming from behind. You did it a lot last year. You had 2 games like that this week. Is that part of the identity, and are you okay with that if that's part of the identity? Obviously, you don't want to play from behind every night, but...
Well, I'm okay with it when need be, but it can't be I said it last year too. You do that, you can look up all the analytics you want. It's not a good recipe when you start going down 2-0 and think you're going to come back. It's good to know that you have the ability to do so, but we got to find ways to start better and make sure we're not in that hole.
With the power play, generally speaking, is that a little bit like when we talk about goal scorers who are kind of in a bit of a slump or whatever? Once they see one go in, it's contagious. Is it similar to that with power plays from your experience?
I believe that, yeah. And scoring's infectious, and so is not scoring. It's like, it's like a disease the other way almost, where it's like everybody's snake bit. So, you hope these last 2 games, you can take a breath and you start seeing guys are hanging on the pucks, they're making plays, they're, not throwing it away under pressure. Like you start to notice those things and you find a rhythm to your game. I felt like tonight after the slow start, I thought all 4 lines were giving me something. So I wasn't having to, maybe protect a matchup. I was like, I was comfortable putting pretty much any of the 4 lines. I fought for a little bit of matchups, but once we got rolling, it really was like, let's go, open the door and spread out the ice time, and I think that helped us.